Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Our channel covers a range of topics including current events, fitness, personal development, and technology to help you look, feel, and live your best life. Tune in for actionable advice and engaging discussions. We the willing, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you. So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you.
Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it? Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it?
About how we can better ourselves and further ourselves, further your mind, you know what I'm saying?
How you gon' wear my trust when the last
Let's
one
be clear. This is
How you gon' be in no love when the bag don't sleep?
invasion. Green
Deep crash your feelings in the middle of the street. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the hoes was at. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the bros was at. 3:30 in the morning, scroll through the call up. Ain't nobody but the mirror looking for the fall off. I love when you count me out. 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 My name is in your mouth.
Alright, might be about you. Next run, might be about you.
conductor. Welcome to the new golden era. Yo, this that purple tape mix with Cody vibes. Hey yo, imagine getting murdered with the case in the Sub Village. It sure is. Yeah. DJ Drama.
Hey yo, I'ma take it back to the ski mask Chanel. So yo, with my mail, I can never fail. I can be through you, I can tell you would tell. You ain't never ate rules, Chris in a cell. Everything grab, you moving at a pace of a snail. Supreme clientele, cause my cocaine pal. This rap doing alright, my dope house well with Egypt. We in Portland's cut it doing well on a mountain. R&B pictures on my bandwagon. Boxes cost 500, I got my pants sagging. If you had to drive 50 miles, you was hand cracking. Back when I popped in fitted, I had the less wagon. True story, I could get anything done. Runway, Gucci, jeans, suit, hair in the blonde, Santorini, black sand, dick sucks in the sun. The top 3 and not 3 and 2, but I'm the Vanetta loves. See me, I'm the model type. Balenciaga torty with the piranha bites. Ace rolls on ice. Hit you broad day, fuck you in the pole lights. Nigga, I'm dose nice.
Returning the boom back with 2 million on the wrist. DJ Drama.
Yo, Tom Brown sailor, surrounded by Trump paraphernalia. I dare you to step to the guard, you be a failure. Peace all my niggas live from the east, Fireball, Gangsters, Bull. Got a fresh 15 who throwing aces. I'm stepping on your shit, chrome automatic. And don't forget to switch, hold up.
That's been black on your niggas. Just hold up.
Hey yo, ain't nobody fresher, that's word to my high man. Brains everywhere on the wall, go get some diamonds. Back to back, on Perry on about the vomit. Hanging out the hard red ghost with the chopstick. Everything I see you niggas, yeah, I never rocked it. But the little Vans burn a hole through your pocket. I ain't see them all 3 years, nigga, stop it. Shake that shit, bitch, shake it and chop it, man. I'm immortal, all lost time for it, Plus, it's like $1 million on the floor. Ain't nobody fucking with the Fendi overall. Pump down the bag leg, yeah, I miss to show it off. Yeah, I miss to run up on you broad, damn, blow it off. Yeah, I miss to send a dummy pack through the thorn off.
Shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super Fly Guy.
Shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super Fly Guy.
And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story.
There is no nobility in poverty. I've been a rich man and I have been a poor man.
Good evening. This is White Liberal News. Say my name 3 times and a waitress magically appears, shaking in fear. Many have been saying the Democrat Party needs to reach out to men. So today we're helping with our special report. It's our duty as an unbiased source of news to help the Democrats as much as we can, along with 90% of media and social platforms.
Up first, we talk to our favorite token Latinx representative, Lisa Lopez Cuerpazo.
When I serve drinks, I learned what men like. So let's make men drunk and dance for them. Maybe then they'll come back to the party? Well, LLC, I will never understand why Latinx women tolerate the male gaze. Many Latinas voted the wrong way, so clearly misogyny runs deep. So, Mexico literally has a woman president. No offense, LLC, but this is to help the Democrat Party. We haven't listened to Latinx before, and we won't start now.
He congratulated the teleprompter on a powerful speech. He's fought in every American war since the 1700s. He thanks the city he's not in, then waves at the flag like it's an old friend. He hides his own Easter eggs. He once sniffed a St. Bernard's tail, mistakenly thinking that it was attached to an 8-year-old girl. He forgot where he left the Coke in the White House. Wait, no, he didn't. He needs GPS to find his way across a stage. He once tried to build a railroad from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean. He thinks poor kids can be just as bright and talented as white kids. When someone answers his calls, he asks them what they want. He once woke up from a dream to realize that he was president, so he went back to sleep. Subtitles have a day dedicated to him. He's got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. He can't go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts without speaking in a slight Indian accent. He is the most confused man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do,
I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly.
Captain Picard rolling deep through the void. Got a fresh pack, fully deployed. Worf's got doubts, but he took one hit. Now he's singing Klingon reggae and loving it. To holy smoke, what no one smoked before. Light it up and open that warp core door. Peace in the stars, puffing evermore. To holy smoke, what no one smoked before. With classified names. Data tried one, now he's playing mind games. Troy feels vibes from a distant sun. Says the whole damn quadrant's chilling as one. To holy smoke, when no one smoked before. Set phasers to bake and crank starboard 4. Talk through the night till we reach the Lord. only smoke what no one smoked before.
She has never ordered a meal that she didn't send back with a complaint. She doesn't say hello. She says, "May I speak to your manager?" She complains about the cost of living, but spends an average of $31 a day at Starbucks. She knows the entire HR department on a first-name basis. She thinks microaggressions are a real thing. She likes immigrants and respects the unhoused, as she calls them. That is, unless they're in her neighborhood, of course. In school, they called her a tattletale, and they still do. She holds the record for spending the most time on the phone with customer service. She just won't let those bastards win. She locks at doors when she sees black people, but that's okay, because she voted for Obama twice. She spent the COVID lockdowns on social media, tagging the local police under businesses that weren't supposed to be open. She has called the cops 43 times so far this year, and it's only March. Her haircut and sense in fashion tells everyone she's a bitch, just how she likes it. No one can satisfy her, ever, but she still expects her husband to. She's the most Karen woman in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I like to have a glass of wine. Or 2 or 3 maybe. Stay complaining, my friends. But no, seriously, I need to talk to your manager. Like right now.
Can a young nigga get money anymore? Baking soda run every box in the store. They buy it before it's done. I brought the pot to the door. When you up this much, you just stop keeping score. Playing with a pussy, let her splash in the phone. Sex all night, mad head in the morning. It's just me and my brick. It's just me and my brick. It's just me and my brick. I made the block go crazy. Brought the stove back to life. Made the pipe go crazy. We will. It's just me and my brick. It's just me and my brick. Just me, just the two of us. I send them through just to shoot it up. It's just me and my brick.
You know how many times I've used that line? That's why I'm hoping you'll understand it. I mean, shit, this ain't about me and you, right? It's about America. It's winning a war. That's right. And to that point, I did some thinking before I came here tonight. Did you know in the last 3 years I've made you almost $56 million to help win that war? During which time I've been beaten, shot, prison, killed people. Not to mention unleashing a plague and selling out my own father. To keep the gravy train flowing, of course.
And you wanted it. Remember?
Yeah. Damn! Niggas ain't fucking with me, man.
Fun decorations. But the white boys had told all them French gals that we had tails. Then they found this ignorant colored soldier. Paid him to tie a tail to his ass and run around half naked making monkey sounds. They put him on a big round table in the Cafe Napoleon. Put a reed in his hand, crown on his head, blanket on his shoulders, and made him eat bananas in front of all them Frenchies. Oh, the white boys danced that night. Passed out leaflets with that boy's picture on it. Called him Moonshine, King of the Monkeys. And when we slit his throat, you know that fool asked us what he had done wrong.
Country shot.
My daddy told me we got to turn our backs on his kind, Wilkie. Close our ranks to the chitlins, the collard greens, the cornbread style. We are men, soldiers, and I don't intend for our race to be cheated out of its place of honor and respect in this war.
The pupils burn from the gaze of the sunlight. Trying to go legit this time with no gunfight, straight flights to Ghana. My man got the gold connect, bow-legged dude with chicks on deck. He got Navy sailors moving in crypto specs. Made that Hummer sound like a discotheque. His brother Stan blew off his own hand. He's in the mausoleums, couldn't sew his wrist back on. It's in the Coliseum. The monsters out, straight down in the opera house. Scorpion pendant, red stone in a lobster mouth. Diamonds embroidered in the China wear, speaking through Tesla phones. Tucked behind the ear, Snow White Royce, guts red with lasagna chairs. Scarface party was raw with mad lines in there. Everybody holding, rock wallers, mad nines in there. Hitters with gold fronts frontin', what's the concierge? 50 years of hip hop, New York is the mascot. City is the backdrop, one more you can holler at me. You can holler at me.
That I gotta be the best of all. That's just cut and dried. I'm the best. Whether you like it or not, you're looking at, the greatest, the best looking man, the best dressed man, long limousines, jet airplanes, custom made clothes, and any woman in the world I want, just like that. You know what? Let's face it, if you're not carrying the big gold, you're second best no matter what you tell yourself. So gear up, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to it. Who you're looking at, the man.
The almighty, the legendary West Side.
Hollow be thy name. Are you really ready for
Fly God himself?
You're looking at the man.
Dom DeMarco. Dom DeMarco. Dom DeMarco.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't.
You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, god damn it!
You're now rocking with the hottest DJ. With the hottest DJ. Dropping banger after banger.
Bring it on now!
This is your girlfriend's favorite DJ. Yes! And then on the ones and twos.
Check it out.
The dopest beats are ready. Testing speakers. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's go. This is the hottest DJ in the city. In the city. Live in the mix. It's the one. It's the one and only. You are now rocking with the doctor of all mixes. Make some noise for Mixing Genius will hit the floor in 3, 2, 1. This is party people. Are you?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Show will begin now.
Yo, what up? We in the building. Salute chat. Salute panel. Look at the sound check. Saul.
Mic check.
Sound good. Tito.
Yeah, what up?
And from Chicago, Mr. O.
What's happening, Joe?
All right, bet. We in the building. Yo, salute to the chat, man. I see y'all in here. Everybody, man. All right, bet. I see y'all piling in and a stream. Okay. And we streaming on Facebook, courtesy of Mr. O. Ray Hama in the building. All right, bet. Mr. Music Man, Southwest Philly in the building. What it do? Detroit. I see y'all in here. Lord of Brooklyn, Irvin Reed, Andre 420. No news. Bet. Let's do it, man. All right, without delay, let's get down to it, man. Opening statement. Saul, what you got for me, man? You gotta unmute yourself.
All right, you hear me? Mic check.
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, yeah, it's been an interesting week. You know, what I found was most hilarious was Trump continues to push the envelope of executive power. I think what they did was they froze him from being able to go to Oregon, using the Oregon National Guard. And he turned around and said, all right, fuck it. I'm going to concede that. Ended up using California. So everybody here on the West Coast is living. That shit is hilarious. He just keep finding ways to, like, water to get through the cracks. So that's my opening statement, man. This
All right, well,
is like a drama show.
all right, well, perfect. And on that note, I got a drop for you. Speaking of Trump being an asshole.
Mr. President, why are you placing these new tariffs on Canada? What are you, some kind of dictator from the Middle East?
A dictator from the Middle East? Hey, relax, guy. I'm just your average Joe. Take a rest.
The people of Canada will not be devalued like this.
Hey, come on. You don't want me to bomb you like I did Iraq.
I thought you just bombed Iran.
Pissing everybody up. Hey, we ain't got nothing to do with it. Oh, well.
All right, bet. Yo, Tito, that's all yours. Open this statement for the chat, the replay gang, man.
Hey, as you can see, you are now seeing the ramifications of not being tough enough on left-wing political violence. And I keep telling y'all it's going to eventually get out of hand into regular people are taking up arms. At first, and I hate to say this, but at first I looked at Joe Biden as being the modern day Martin Van Buren, but it's all. I'm almost ready to apply that to Trump right now.
Ooh.
I am.
Ooh, that's deep.
He should have fucking ruthlessly crushed these people right after the inauguration. Fuck all of that preening for the media and trying not to look like an authoritarian. Fuck all of that.
Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no permanent friends or allies. You know what I'm saying? We black men first. So fuck him. If he want to be soft and tender dick about it, then it is what it is. It'll be a mistake of his own making. Just like the first administration. He should have crushed him. So I agree. I 100% agree.
Facts in American polling says that. I keep saying this. They want to see people in jail. They want to see this shit shut down. So let's see if we can take it up a notch. Mr. O, opening statement for the chat and the replay gang.
What's happening? What's happening? You know, what's going on with me in Tito City in Chicago? It's been a long time coming. I'm just mad that it took this long just for everybody to open their eyes and see the corruption and everything in between. The city of Chicago has been led astray with all these so-called blue policies, these Democrats, all these leaders, and now we're seeing how they are treating the national government's agencies, ICE, and the military, where they're trying to do their job. They're interfering with a presidential order, trying to clean up one of their so-called city streets. This cannot stand. And we just gonna have to go ahead and watch out all the fallout. With all this war talk, all these people getting locked up, all these people getting sent away. We still ain't have not time to go ahead and personally put the justice, the people that caused all these open borders, rumors of wars, all this inflation. We need to go like y'all said. We need divine justice at this point, some kind of retribution to bring back the morale of this country. And before I pass the mic, I just want to go ahead and give a shout out, a happy birthday, a belated birthday to Inglewood's very own Bernie Mac. Today is his birthday. You know what I'm saying? The king of comedy. I'm doing the show after we get off of here.
Oh, yeah. Bernie Mac. And Lord of Brooklyn, you are correct. You said I saw that Floyd Van Latham embarrassed himself against Scott Jennings on CNN. We're going to cover that tonight. That's damn near psychic. All right, man, let's get to it. And you know what?
Let me roll into that Bernie Mac comment or whatnot, man. When you're talking about strong black men being represented as comedians, Chicago has a good showing, man. I mean, we got to get credit where credit is due. From Red Fox to, Bernie Mac on to, Robin Harris or whatnot, man. These are some of the greatest legends ever to set foot on the comedy stage, man. We'll do here and there to get them a little cameo, man, because they always held they nuts, man. They ain't caved to that industry shit, man. Shout out to them brothers, man.
And don't forget about the current king of comedy, Corey Holcomb, my ace bone coon, the brother that brought me into the so-called comedy thing. Shout out to him, D. Ray.
100%, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the, holy waters of Lake Michigan, or y'all niggas is powered by that damn mild sauce. Something is over there, but y'all niggas be having the nigga rolling.
Hey, not just the black ones. Hey, Robin Williams is born and raised in Chicago, so the white ones too, homeboy.
Yeah, is it Aykroyd or one of, not Aykroyd?
No, John Belushi, Robin Williams.
Exactly. Yes.
All of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, might as well throw Tito up in there too. Tito one of the premier comedians on the YouTube spaces. You know what I'm saying? We give him his flowers. You are king of comedy over YouTube, the king of roasts.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Tito, pinned at the top of the chat is the link to Tito's book, 12 Rules. And I got it on the banner right there, but it's pinned to the top of the chat. I'm glad a lot of y'all are purchasing the book, and I'm hearing great reviews. All right, man, let's get into it. Now, you know what? Since we talking Chicago, we're going to move it around. We're going to knock this female fuckery thing off at the top. We're just going to jump right into Chicago. We'll move all these Keishas losing their job to the end of the rotation. But let me preface this by saying there's a new CBS documentary out on called Boys to Men on What Else But the Manosphere. And we're seeing a couple of the same reoccurring actors. Normally we call them crisis actors, but the onslaught against men is on, trying to pull them back on the plantations and get them to date these Beckys and Keishas and marry these Beckys and Keishas. So they've been framing that as the male loneliness epidemic, which is a gaslight, propaganda gaslight. Men seem to be coping just fine, but there is, and they're finally starting to talk about it, but primarily on TikTok, the female loneliness epidemic. So I got like a two-clip montage on here, and then we'll round robin on that, and then we jump right into Chicago.
Why so many women have decided not to date men or are being very selective and very intentional is because it's not possible to love yourself and a man at the same time. Most men will not allow that. So many men have put us in a position now where we have to choose. And because we have freedom and because we can make our own money and because we have the ability to create the life that we want without a man, we're choosing to love ourselves, even though we are capable, could, and are interested in loving ourselves and a man. But 99%, I'll say, of men simply cannot allow a woman to love herself and him at the same time.
So I want to talk about this female loneliness epidemic we got going on, right? It's bad. See, they've been trying to say it was the man trying to use reverse psychology. But it was never the men. It was always the women. Now, you can try to prove me wrong if you want to, but before you do it, I'm going to tell you, you're going to fail epically. You're going to fail big time. The reason I say it's a female loneliness epidemic and not a male loneliness epidemic is because look at what you see on social media, right? You see all these women coming to the internet talking about how men don't approach them. You don't see men doing that. That is women. Then you got all these women complaining about the passport bros, talking about they got to go overseas to find women. That's because they lonely and bitter. You don't see men complaining about women going overseas finding men, because men are not the lonely ones. And this is the nail in the coffin, right? To prove that we have a female loneliness epidemic, this is the nail in the coffin. How many women do you see sharing men? Knowingly sharing men. How many women do you see sharing men? How many women do you see sharing the same baby daddy? One man can have like 5 women pregnant, all in the same area. What you mean to tell me we have a male loneliness epidemic? No, we have a female loneliness epidemic. And that proves it. Look at how many women putting up with bums. Here it is, you have a man laying in your house with no job, no car, no source of income. But yet, he is laying in your house, getting your goodies, shooting the club up, then leaving your house, going to another woman's house doing the same thing. And then turn around and have these 2 women fighting over this man with no income. Yeah, bro. We got a serious female loneliness epidemic. It was never the men. It was the women all along.
No News says, fellas, we win. Winter is now. It's over. These wig-wearing insurgents are done. Saw, what say you?
This week alone, man, I had about 2 exes, 2 other bitches, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere. And I'm kind of like, I'm good. I get more pleasure out of going to fucking sleep now. You know what I'm saying? Laying in bed. Fuck these hoes. Make my money, live in peace. You know? I mean, it is all this shit going on. A lot of people complaining that their phones is dry. Niggas ain't approaching them. They'll even try to shame you and say, oh, it's feminine. Men expect that women get at them now. No, bitch, you gotta compete at this point. The realization that the market is what it is. But, from, more or less a layman's level, even if you want to go to spirituality, man, I think the book of Isaiah talks about this very thing, about the women of Israel being haughty. Then they also talk about, how men are able to have more women. So, I mean, it's truly an indication of the times, man. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it, though.
All right, well played, sir. Tito, that's all yours. And Kwame using your shit. He said they lonely and have
back up there.
They lonely and have
back up there. Leave that up there. Leave that up there. You coward. Go back to that girl and what she just said. Watch this.
You want me to turn it up?
Yeah, the girl with the
Intentional is because it's not possible to love yourself and a man at the same time. Most men will not allow that. So
bullshit. A man will be with a woman and will be out in the yard repairing shit, up on the roof, cleaning the gutters while she's in the house literally soaking in a bath with milk in the damn water and rose petals, and we don't have no problem with that shit. We will pay for a woman to get her nails done, hair, go to a fucking spa day, all of that shit. What the fuck is this bitch talking about, right? So that's bullshit. A man won't allow you to love yourself and love him at the same time. That's all bullshit. The pathetic part, this is the pathetic part. The pathetic part is that these bitches are too fucking cowardly and too fucking broke to be gay. And it's mainly the broke part. You're too fucking broke to be gay. You know that there's no money in it. You can't get your bills paid for because your little tough tomboy ass, you gonna have to be the one that's the provider. You worship women's bodies, you worship pussy, you worship titties, and you wish you had one for yourself. That bitch right there wish she had her own little version of a like a little light-skinned figure skater girl that she can prop her fucking legs up on her shoulder and push up the wall and eat a motherfucking pussy, but she's too broke to be able to hold something down like that, like a nigga can. She's too fucking broke, okay? And then there's the other part of it, it's the emotional component. A lot of these bitches, once they get through it, they have gay fantasize, and they realize that at the end of the day, most of these bitches ain't shit. And if they did have the money to put a bitch up like they wanted to, the bitch is probably somewhere getting side dick any motherfucking way. Okay? But what the root of this is that most of these bitches are too fucking broke to be gay. They want to be in charge, but at the end of the day, they too fucking broke to go ahead and be gay. They too fucking broke to be, you know what I'm saying, the Jeep Wrangler driving power stud that they want to be. They ain't got the credit rating for that shit. And I'll land my plane there. Half gay bitch.
The Jeep Wrangler power steering stud. That's crazy.
Let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Man.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Yo, that's all you missed out.
Man, like Tito and the rest of y'all said, there's no male loneliness epidemic. It never was one. Even when they was trying to put that, see, the media really been paying attention to the space, and they know they had lost a lot of black men off the plantation during the last election. So they got to go ahead and find a way, so many different ways to go and get you back on that plantation. They want to tell you that you're still not making enough money for the so-called black woman and her taste. You know, you're not economically attractive enough. Then they want to go ahead and tell you that you, a black man, you are incel, despite the fact that you got all these women worldwide, globally, especially in Japan, asking for your hand, asking for your 10-inch soul pole to come over there to Seoul. You know what I'm saying? They really trying to gaslight us and trying to make us feel lesser than, but it's them. You know, to quote George Orwell, you know, that beautiful book called 1984, he said, and I quote, it was always the women, and above all the young ones, who were the most bigoted adherents of the party, the swallowers of slogans, and the amateur spies and nosiers out of unorthodoxies. I can't never pronounce that word, forget it. But unorthodoxies. They followed the party, the so-called mantras of women of yesteryears past, being strong and independent. Now they want to get liquor license. Now they want to get rid of that liquor license. You know, there's been a lot of videos going around of former studs relinquishing their so-called stud card because of this, because they saying these chicks today, they really driving them crazy. It's so bad that stud will go back to being a woman again because of another woman. Now I pass the mic.
Well played, sir. Well played. All right, bet, guys. That's our segment. Let's get into some Chicago. Here's a drop from Saul while I load up the next segment.
Party ticket as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
Give me
a definition then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you a question,
No,
a very direct question.
Define it for me, if you would.
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman.
I respect either one. I respect either one.
All right, yo,
you know what? You know how that dagger is gonna be up on that ass. Come Tuesday or Wednesday, I bet y'all gonna see them unemployment reports. Shoot the fuck up. Just watch it.
I mean, they already lost what? How much? About 900-some thousand jobs since April.
Oh, damn. Really?
Well, go ahead.
No, I said, damn, really? I thought it was 300. But
Now you forgot it was 300
a month.
No. We'll remember in April it was like 300,000, and now they even talk about another 300,000. So I think it was like 600,000 Keishas that's out of work right now.
Hey, they love divesting, right? And fucked around and got divested.
Yeah, got divested right out of the economy. But you know what? We told them that shit was coming. Collateral damage, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Now Tito sent me a link on X. Yo, what up, Andre? So they ambushed some ICE agents in Chicago. So all these brothers, we got two currently living in Chicago, and Saul lived in Chicago for quite some time as well. So this is some of the perfect people to talk about. So 10 SUVs ambushed these ICE agents and rammed they joint. One of the broads had a gun, ended up getting shot driving herself to the hospital. So this is the news segment on this. We're going to do the round robin on this, and then we're going to go to the actual building being raided, and we're going to go and do the CNN segment, and we're going to do the big round robin on that. This is the main feature of the show. We're gonna devote the majority of the time to the Chicago deployment. What up, Play Perry? I see you, man. All right, let's go.
Brighton Park neighborhood. The Department of Homeland Security says the woman was one of several people using their vehicles to box in agents. According to ICE, the woman also had a semi-automatic gun and tried to run over the agents. The shooting happened on South Kedzie. No ICE agents were injured. This is just one of the developments today. Governor Pritzker saying the Trump administration issued an ultimatum saying, quote, call up your troops or we will. The governor also says the president intends to federalize 300 members of the Illinois National Guard. For more on today's shooting, we go to Mayor Kawash. And Mayor Homeland Security Kristi Noem now says that more agents are coming to our area.
We are expecting to see more of a show of force of federal agents here, either today or in coming days. Now, just about an hour ago, we saw federal agents leave this scene here in Brighton Park, and that was followed by a loud cheer erupting from those protesters who had been out here for hours following this incident here this morning. Now, as far as that incident goes, DHS tells us that their Border Patrol agents were patrolling this area here in Brighton Park when suddenly they say that they were boxed in by about 10 vehicles. At one time, they tried to get out of their vehicles, and that's when they say they felt like they were going to get run over by the protesters, and that's when DHS agents allegedly fired off their weapons, hitting one woman who we now have learned has been taken to a nearby hospital, and she is in stable condition. DHS also tells us that woman was already known by federal agents. She was named in a Border Patrol intelligence bulletin just last week for allegedly doxing federal agents online. People living near this scene say it's been traumatizing to see all of this unfold here. There was some tear gas that we saw deployed here at multiple points today, as well as pepper bullets to try and control that crowd. We saw Chicago police as well here on scene. They say they were here just to protect the people in this area while federal authorities handled this entire investigation. We heard from some of those protesters voicing their concerns about these federal operations.
We see it on the news, we see it on our phones, but to see it live is just shocking that this is America. This is the country that we love, that we work for, that we protect.
ICE is terrorizing our community. People are scared to go out. Kids are afraid to go to school. We should not be living like this.
Now, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem posted on social media saying more federal agents are on the way, and that comes as Governor Pritzker says the Trump administration is trying to mobilize 300 members of the Illinois National Guard here to deal with all these operations and protests. He shared a statement saying, in part, the Trump administration's Department of War gave me an ultimatum. Call up your troops or we will. It is absolutely outrageous and un-American to demand a governor send military troops within our own borders and against our will. So we will see how that plays out in terms of more federal agents coming here. Today we saw the FBI DHS, ATF, Border Patrol, all joined here, as well as Chicago police managing the scene. We did also just learn that 2 people are now in custody in connection to the ramming of the vehicles that we saw here earlier today. It is not clear if one of those 2 individuals is the woman who was shot. We're still waiting to learn some more information there, but as that comes in, we'll keep you updated.
All right, Mayor, thanks. A lot unfolding there. Also today, a court hearing.
All right, Tito, that was the segment you sent me. I just got an extended news clip on it. Why don't you take that from the top? You in Chicago?
Yeah. The Biden administration chose to send a lot of them people our way because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but we already had like kind of a demographic flight problem here. Most of the, well, I ain't gonna say most, but a substantial amount of black people moved and left to like Georgia, Atlanta, most namely, other places in the South. And a lot of white people moved to Arizona. Some moved to San Francisco, oddly enough. And so we have been losing, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 350,000 people a year for the last 10 years in Illinois. So with all of the vacancies, they decided to send a lot of them people here. And so now it's the end calculus of it. Now that they sent them here, now they getting rid of them here. But you got a lot of talking heads on CNN. You got a lot of armchair leftists on TikTok talking about, see, y'all stood silent while they attacked those immigrants and now they're coming to black neighborhoods. Yeah, they coming to black neighborhoods because that's where they put them at. They didn't put them in Martha's Vineyard or Garden City, New Jersey, or Greenwich, Connecticut, goddammit, or Naperville, or Killdeer and no shit like that, or Lake Forest. They put them in the hood. They put them in the hood where they know rents are cheap already. That's where they put them at. Like, come on. So that's why they come in here. So I find it hilarious that you still have rank and file black people. Not when it comes to these bootleg niggas, we know exactly why they still carrying water for the Democrats, because they get a direct financial benefit from it. But I'm talking about regular black folks, right? Regular black folks. It's amazing that you still have regular black folks carrying water for the Democrats, and you got white leftists that's protested to keep them around you, that's protesting to drive, your wages down or keep them stagnant, and driving rent prices up wherever you stay at, right? Or forcing your senior or junior age high school kids to be in your pocket when they could have a summer job, but they can't get a summer job at McDonald's and Burger King, shit, because it's all 42-year-old Mexicans working there. You know what I'm saying? So they are protesting to put all of these hardships on your life, and unfortunately, a lot of these niggas are on, social media cheering them on. It's the craziest, most ironic thing to sit there and watch. But this is not no Nazi Germany style shit. You have and some of these arrests, by the way, why people are going and interrupting them and all of this shit like this woman tried to do, some of these arrests have Homeland Security implications. And I wish that this administration will stop bullshitting around and start charging people with fucking treason.
I agree. Mr. O, you in Chicago. What say you of this woman, of them trying to ambush ICE agents and this chick getting shot by ICE agents? I think it's apropos, put them down. If it was black people, well, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be so friendly with black people. You in Chicago, what you say?
She got shot. Oh, well, let her eat lead. I mean, this what they asked for. Ain't this the so-called most violent party that's not been labeled as a terrorist group yet? Can we honestly say that the Democrats that are out here in Brighton Park, even though they had dropped majority of the so-called illegals in Inglewood, Roseland, the Austin neighborhoods on the west side, and not even to the north of Skokie. With Skokie, where all the racist whites still live at, but they ain't dropping there because they know what will happen to these so-called people. But to answer your question, Machismo, women and the alike, some of some soy boy Democrats, they want to go ahead and get their 15 minutes of fame. They want to feel like they're doing their so-called protests. They think they bring back the 1960s. They think they're doing a revolution type of shtick. But what they not going to realize all this is done in vain. You are being used as bad actors in a very bad movie play with all these so-called extras around you. The extras are the illegals. They play a role, but they really don't play a role. They play a role of trying to take control and trying to replace you. But unbeknownst to you, you still trying to fight the same people you find with the same people that's actually trying to help these people get you replaced, and you call it a democracy. And all this is nothing but smoke and mirrors. This is number theatrics to get everybody to be back again on JB Pritzker's side. See, JB Pritzker is one of the most corrupted governors of any type of state in the United States. He's a billionaire, but he'll tell you here in Chicago that you don't need all these safety measures. You don't need the ICE. You don't need police protection. Remember, they was trying to defund the police. You don't need all these things. And look what happened. Look what happened. Anarchy, madness, mayhem on the south side of Chicago. I'm just waiting for the next so-called roundup. It's going to be another roundup and see which one of these hoax actors is going to get clipped and probably going to be put on the news and say, like, this is why we, this is what y'all voted for. This is what y'all voted for. And I'll say, yes, I'll do it again. And I'll pass the mic.
Well played, Saul. Bringing it home to you. What say you of them ambushing ICE agents? Old girl getting shot, and Trump putting his foot down, sending in the National Guard.
What they're neglecting, because they're focusing on Brighton Park on purpose. This is predominantly Latino neighborhood. For all y'all don't know, think south of Archer, north of 55th, right next door to your boy Mr. O. They aren't really talking about Woodlawn and South Shore and a few other black neighborhoods, as Mr. O, spoke of, like Austin and a few others. I want to say, you start to see sprinklings of them move in like Grand Crossing, But I would say that if you all can remember, and I wish we could have digged up footage. Most of these immigrants was living in schools that was closed down, where there's been community members who's asking for them to either reopen the schools up or let some sort of community organization use those schools. What they do, they put immigrants in there. And when they got cold busted, they started putting the immigrants in like police stations, gyms, and all that other stuff. So what I think they tried to do is try to make the adjustment and contact the list of landlords and on the low put them in apartments and try to conceal them within the neighborhood. And they're pretty obvious, by how many people in an apartment, how many babies you hear just running around without any supervision, and how many cars parked in the front. And they got to do their classic quinceañera where you hear that all that shit, right? And people are, for the most part, speaking about what they actually see, or they might have had eyes on the ground. And I think Trump is getting there. And so now, people who are in the middle of fucking political football, it's like, Trump is getting black people. You don't see no damn black people being arrested in no damn Chicago by no goddamn ICE. You really don't. You know what I mean? And for them to react the way they do, typically we already know how we're done by law enforcement anyway. We're not so bold enough to block the feds in. So fuck out of here with that. So I think that's what's happening. Trump is going after these little hideaway houses. Now what Trump is also doing is sending a message too for him to go to South Shore. By the way, y'all know who's from South Shore? Big Mike, right? So he's sending a message to certain people, you know, and just like the whole Oregon thing. Now, it would be great if you did decide to play three-dimensional chess and keep people at bay and then roll out them indictments. Now, that would be smart if he wants to play his cards right, but we don't know just yet from this administration. I'll let my plane there.
Hey, Saul, hey, Big Mike is from O Block, just to remind you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, she moved there. She moved to, what you call it later, to South Shore later. But, yeah, she is from O Block. Yeah, absolutely right.
That big,
no, she really is.
That Big Mike shit is funny.
Oh no, she really is. You know.
Oh man, that Big Mike
Big
shit.
Mike
You go right there on State, and what's that? 60, 64, 65th,
63rd, 63rd, King Drive.
Yeah, and that damn McDonald's and all that other shit back over there in between. Yeah, not State, but yes, yeah. King Drive, yeah. I'm a little.
But she's not from 63rd.
Where's she from? Well, where he from?
No, that's a song from Vaughn. You know, he said that he's not from 63rd.
Yeah,
that's just a song. That's just a song.
You can catch it. You can probably catch her right under that damn, you know, railway bridge thing. You know,
right across the street from that laundromat. We know.
Exactly. Anyhow, but yeah, he's sending a message. The shit is hilarious, but it really would be intelligent if you decide to keep them at bay and then start rolling out the indictments on their bitch ass.
All right, bet. Let's good round, gentlemen. All right, now I want to get into. We're going to do the CNN commentary on what's going on in Chicago, but I want to play this first and then play the CNN. So these are people on the ground, and then we're gonna juxtapose that with what CNN talking about, and that's the one Lord of Brooklyn talking about with Van Lathan, Abby Phillips, Scott Jennings, etc. But this is y'all seen all the footage with the Black Hawk helicopters and everything, and they pulled all those Trendale Waragwa gang members out of and cleared that building. So this is all in the same time period. So these are people on the ground talking about the actual, aside from what you saw in the news. Because the news reporters wanted to get people that was up, but we got people who actually live there. That's what.
Mind you, all of this is happening in Chicago. This is erupting in Chicago after the terror attack on federal agents. Chicago police are now on scene, according to this. Do I have this right? Okay. Several insurgents were seen waving Mexican flags, thought arresting the crowd would disperse. I mean, quite literally. CPD forms a human firewall, and suddenly everyone remembers crosswalk etiquette. Street vetoes. We
need to stop lying and saying, and people on this internet need to stop lying and saying that they're coming for black people. Yes, there was a building in a black community that was not majority black because it had been overran by illegal gang bangers. Let's be clear. So why everybody want to keep throwing that narrative around half of South Shore is fucking invaded by illegals. That's the truth. So don't get on here saying black people are being came for. They're coming because they're in our neighborhoods and our communities. That's why. So yes, they're going to go in buildings where black people live and sleep because they put them in buildings where black people live and sleep. South Shore, born and raised. I know what I'm talking about. Stop pushing that narrative because it's not correct. So for those who are questioning about who I am and where I'm at. This is Adam Clayton Powell. This is the building that everyone is in an uproar about. So as I said, South Shore, this is your community, your neighborhood, and this building was not majority Black when the ICE came the other day. Yes, Black people were affected, but this building was overran by illegal Venezuelan gangs. And I just had several conversations with residents who are moving their stuff out of here that confirmed that. So stop letting media put that false narrative in your head that somebody coming for you, because they not. You was born here. You was born on this land. Rise up and stand up on something and stop letting any and everybody tell you something.
Come on now. South Shore says, stop lying. That building wasn't majority Black. No, if it was majority anything, it was majority problems. This isn't TV commentary that you just witnessed. It's somebody paying the noise tax. And here's why. Here's the why behind the where.
See, I'm pissed off because a lot of people out there are acting like they don't understand what is actually happening in the city of Chicago in regards to the ICE raids. Let me tell you something. Black people, again, are collateral damage in this. And all the Black people that are getting mad at ICE and Donald Trump, hold on, you got to get mad at the politicians right here locally, because it was the politicians right here in your city that decided to dump the migrant issue on the Black community like they do every single time.
And now Trump trying to come clean it up is somehow white supremacy, fascism, and him trying to take us back to being slavery and all this yada, 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 all this fear marketing that you're going to hear from the mainstream media because they bank on you not doing 8th grade level research, not even 5th grade level research. Just hit the Google and hit search. Anywho, I won't insert myself until he's finished.
Black community like they do every single time. When they came across the border and checked asylum, they were able to come over into our city and get incentives like medical care, 6 months free rent, free transportation, free child care. We fed them each and every day. And those people that they were giving assistance to, they didn't go up to the north side and to the white community. All of the people out there protesting that are white, they didn't open up their doors for them, and they didn't want none of the shelters on their neighborhood. Guess where they opened up the shelters? In the Black community. Those same school buildings that they shut down in 2013 that were educating Black kids, they took those school buildings and they made them migrant shelters. And then they gave over $700 million to a company out in Florida to manage those shelters. They took the buildings that you've been asking for to be developed and build new housing, and they made them into migrant homes, giving them 6 months of free rent. They dumped the problem on Black community like they do every single time. When there was George Floyd riots, they closed downtown and pushed people to loot into the neighborhoods because they knew that people didn't care. Where was all the people right now? They weren't in our neighborhoods helping us open up back up our businesses. They were not in our neighborhoods helping us clean up. They weren't in our neighborhoods when we were fighting for Laquan McDonald, who was shot 16 times by Jason Van Dyke. I didn't see them at the protest. But now, right now, they want to make Black people a part of the fight. When they made us collateral damage in the first place, we are always losing. That's why ICE is raiding buildings where Black people are, is because they put them there. They pay for their rent. They pay for their food. They pay for their child care. They pay for everything, but they didn't put them where they live. Mm-hmm. They put them where Black people live because they don't want to invest into the community. So that's the easiest place to dump a problem. So yes, we can say ICE is being aggressive. Yes, we know that our armed forces are always aggressive more to us. But what we can say is that our politicians did it to us. They should have never allowed them to come over here in droves like they did. And then when they did come over here, they should have never put them and dumped them in Black communities, acting like we didn't want economic development, like we didn't deserve better schools and deserve community centers and deserve grocery stores. We deserve better. And our politicians need to act like it. Stop putting everything before us.
Come on. Policy place.
Hey, let's pause it right there. I've never even seen this clip. And I just made the comment about the schools, those police stations. If you want to solve Chicago's homeless problem, you go down the canal. You ain't got to be a Chicagoan to know that shit. right? You go down the canal and what's that? Fucking big, right? You see all go under any viaduct. Yeah, go under any viaduct on the south side. You know what I'm saying? Right? Hello?
No, you good. You was
Yeah,
working for a second, but you good.
Yeah, so like he's right, but I have some reservations. Why don't you be specific about who the fuck fucked up? And a lot of this shit, you know, is us and it's self-inflicted. Stop getting in the way of shit that ain't got shit to do with you. You know what I mean? In LA, we seen what the fuck happened, right? And we complain about Mexicans here, Mexicans there. You can't even hardly walk on the sidewalk without it being a fucking taco stand. And none of these folks got permits. Somehow or another, these newly arrived folks don't end up homeless. They end up in apartments and set-asides and, you know, business development, that micro and all that shit.
Yo, you Borgen, Saul. You Borgen. All right, Tito, you want that?
Yeah, man. Actually, a lot of these people are full of shit. The building where they talking about is on 75th and South Shore, right? Or thereabouts. A couple of those buildings down there have been closed to occupancy for a long while now because the developers that held them was trying to demolish them and turn them into like them new glass buildings where the whole thing looked like glass, and it was on the lakefront. They wanted to charge an arm and a leg. They was gonna make like luxury lofts out of them. I used to see the little, you know how they have the little concept pictures like staked into the ground on the billboard. They used to have there right there. But then when Biden got in, they took that away, and then they surreptitiously went in there and rehabbed them old buildings slightly, and then they put all of them illegals in there. And the illegals, the black people that they talking about are illegals too, because you see Africans walking around over east now. Their whole building, the building that they talking about, everybody in there is an illegal alien. Everybody. It's a few Africans in there, but it's mostly Venezuelans. Now, from what people that live around that told me, the Venezuelans that was in there, especially the Trinidad Nicaragua that was there, they was refusing to come outside, partially because of the gangs around there and because of ICE. So they was paying the Africans to do all their store runs and all of that shit for them. But they have been holed up in that building for months and months, man. They say they have been holed up in that building ever since, like, in late November when it became, when you know, after you know Trump got elected, they became scared to go outside after that. So they all leg with this shit about they're in black, they're where black people are now. Yeah, it's black people around there, but that specific building right there, it's no regular American black people living in that building. And it was another building, if y'all don't remember, it was another building a couple of months. Actually before the weather had broke, it was it was another building where Homeland Security came in there and told them to close the building, and it wasn't nothing but Venezuelans in there too.
All right, perfect. I'm glad y'all say. Go ahead.
It's a few buildings around there like that where the developers that own the building were about to turn it into something else, something more lucrative, and they got probably financially incentivized by Soros, who knows, to do like a little bullshit rehab job, a little bit of a new drywall, flat white paint, all of that shit, and bring the people in there. It's a few buildings like that over east.
All right, Mr. O, you in Chicago. What say you to the chick and old boy?
So the chick, she ain't never lied. I mean, and she pulled up a receipts. I usually don't agree with a woman, but hell, when you do it right, I guess so she put them on, but she did her thing. She even went around to the area and showed them where these so-called innocent migrant people that were just trying to find asylum through the so-called U.S. tax dollars was living at, you know. And the gentleman that was just speaking, that was Jamal Green. Jamal Green ran for mayor on the same ballot as Brandon Johnson and Paul Vallas. He was a second black dude that everybody was not want to go ahead and put in charge. That they said he was too young, too inexperienced, and some people say he didn't know what he was talking about. Now Machismo, now Saul, now Tito. Didn't Jamal seem like he was talking about in that little 3-minute clip?
He was pretty much spot on. That's very much many of the arguments we've been making up until now.
Don't he sound like a true mayor if he was in position, if he had became mayor, if we had made the right choice the first time?
Unless he just doing a pivot.
Facts. Chicago, y'all done elected so many Democratic mayors and end up in the same pot every time. Like, you might as well just elect one Republican and just 50-50 on that bitch. You know what I mean?
He's independent. No, Jamal independent. He ran as an independent.
Independent's good too. Good too.
See, I knew that was going to be a problem with that last mayoral election because, for the simple fact, we didn't really have too much of a choice, and that's how they played it. See, we already came off of a so-called Mayor Lori Lightfoot, you know what I'm saying? Then we had only two options, Paul Vallas and Brandon Johnson. Now, if you was in Chicago, and especially into the school system like I was in the 1990s, Paul Vallas was our school superintendent. That particular decade or a few years that he was in charge had some of the lowest test scores in Chicago history. The majority of us millennials and from my age group that was under his so-called supervision, we some of the dumbest motherfuckers that's walking around Chicago right now. So no. Then we got Brandon Sugarfoot Johnson, Mayor Mohawk. That was our only option. You know what I'm saying? And now we paying for it. Everything, the whole world's a stage. They all in cahoots with each other. This was just one big plot to go ahead and try and get as many illegals into the city so they could go ahead and keep the machine going because they know us black folks and some legal immigrants that been here knew they was getting tired of the so-called chicanery. And I'll pass my mic.
All right, bet now we gonna run this. Now we can run the CNN segment, so you can see the media manipulation on this. But before I do, shout out to Gail at Night with the $5 super chat. She said toward tonight's goal, have a great show. And where's Gail's drop? Here we go.
Yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. I don't wanna know your name, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. Get the fuck on, ain't no shame. I'm here to fuck. 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 Watch this bridge, y'all. I'm here to
fuck. All right, let's load up the CNN segment. Bang. Let's hold on to that.
And afterwards, that is directly following, I want to talk to you about something even bigger. Namely, this is Max Headroom. And what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Headroom story.
All right, bet. So now I did all that. So now when we hear this CNN news segment with Abby Phillips and this goofball Van Lathan, Yo, they always get like these foldable black men to get up here and basically this is a social engineering. They got black faces and they got the de jure de facto foldable black man, basically by default defending illegal immigrants and going against federal government mandate and troops. They're trying to make them the face in the moral foreground to defend illegal migrants, Trinidad gangs, and to snub the American government. And which I say again, this country belongs to white men and black men because we bled for it. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good, and like I said, they got us basically up here looking unpatriotic by default. It's media manipulation. So that's why I played all those first. Now we're going to go through this and I'm going to play some of it. We're going to stop round robin. I'm going to play the rest. We're going to stop around robin. And I just want you to hear this ridiculousness. And Scott Jennings is the only reason worth watching Abby Phillips when he's on. Let's go.
American cities to be training grounds, and ICE listened. In Chicago, in the middle of the night, federal agents stormed an apartment building. Black Hawk helicopters, flashbangs, military-style trucks, all used in the raid. Now, witnesses say everyone was detained, no matter their status. Children were zip-tied together, separated from their parents. And the feds say that they arrested dozens of gang members. Also in the city, Charlie Kirk's group was given a front row seat to a
See what they did there?
raid inside a Walmart.
Amazing. Secretary Noem was here. They rolled up a couple of guys, and it's rowdy. There's a lot of people around. Everyone's filming. The Secretary of Homeland Security is right now doing raids at Walmart.
So as forewarned, I mean, we have a situation in which American cities are at the center of this ICE crackdown, and there's indiscriminate.
And you see how it's set up? They got two black Keishas, the foldable black man, right? So it's visually set up that black people are against this. You see what I'm saying? That we're defending illegal migrants, international gangs, and we're against the federal government, the National Guard, ICE troops, and a congressional and federal mandate. You know what I'm saying?
Use of force against Americans, non-Americans, people here legally, people here illegally. And on the right, nobody seems to care. In fact, they love it.
I saw a video from a local station in Chicago, and residents of a community there were describing an ICE raid and like what they saw. Two things struck me. One, they were talking about things that happened to them. They were talking about how they were treated in this ICE raid. These are the people that, I guess, by virtue of being born here in America, are entitled to being treated like human beings. The second thing is that they were all black. And I'm going to say something. We saw this coming. We knew the neighborhoods where these ICE raids would take place.
They would take place there because that's where the Democrats put them. You see this disingenuous spin?
We knew that a lot of these things wouldn't happen in Beverly Hills or in Coconut Grove or any of those places like that. We knew that there would be collateral damage, that there would be trauma that would be inflicted on our communities.
And you see how they got the split screen with the Keisha? This is the black man talking, the Keisha agrees. And it's the subliminal that both black men and black women are against these ICE raids and that we are in defense of illegal migrants. And it's media manipulation.
We knew that people would be detained, scared. We knew that children would have to see things that they shouldn't have to see. And all of this for political theater so that we look tough on immigration for everyone.
It's not political theater. They're deporting gang members and people who aren't supposed to be here in the country.
And it's a horror show. And I do think if it hasn't already happened, that it'll be something that even the most conservative of Americans will get tired of seeing human beings treated this way. At least that's my hope.
The one neighbor said the kids were crying. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen.
The thing with this part is they are concerned about the kids, but like a month ago, 50 people got shot in Chicago and like a bunch of kids wounded. Like, so I've never seen segments on CNN about all the shootings and everything in Chicago, and now some illegal migrants or maybe a few Americans get zip tied and detained, and now it's an uproar. It's all bull.
The little girl come around the corner because they were bringing kids down too, had them zip tied to each other, saying that there were trucks, military-style vans used to separate adults from kids. What's going on?
I haven't seen any of this, so I certainly am not aware of particular neighborhoods that are targeted. Obviously, I support them finding and arresting people who are here illegally. And in the community they're in, again, I can't justify, I haven't seen which communities that they're targeting.
Well, one detail that's been left out is that they were targeting Tren de Aragua. And so Tren de Aragua is a violent transnational gang. They send illegal immigrants here to the United States. They traffic drugs, they traffic people, they commit violence. They inflict misery everywhere they go. And 37 people were arrested. That was the purpose of the raid, the targeting of Tren de Aragua, some of the most violent people in our hemisphere. And when they come here, nothing good happens. That was
okay, so if it was targeting, I don't think anybody has a problem with targeting. Right. When you clear out an apartment building and you zip tie children and you arrest and detain everyone, Scott, hold on, Scott, you and me, we're talking here, okay? If they arrest children, they arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours, detain them, deprive them of their liberty, for no matter how long. You are fine with that.
They didn't arrest children. But
I didn't say they arrested them. They put them in zip ties. But if that makes a difference to you, go ahead.
Here's what makes a difference to me. If the federal government knows that there is a nest of Tren de Aragua in a city like Chicago, they have a responsibility. They have an obligation to go get them. It is unfortunate, to answer your question, that there are children put in harm's way by these violent gangs. But that is going to be the reality.
Or is it unfortunate or is it a violation of their rights is the question. Because, I mean, in this country, we have rights against searches and illegal searches and
these children should be effectively human shields for Tren de Aragua.
What I'm asking, hold on, I want to make it clear. I don't like, I know that Tren de Aragua and gangs and whatever, it's a catch-all to treat people however.
This nigga's gonna make me throw up. Tito,
this is very disingenuous, bro. This is really pissing me off.
All right, go ahead, Mister. You got it. Go ahead.
Yo. These this is what we call that feel-good panel. See, they get the right type of Negroes to go ahead and be the tokens, the spokesperson for the so-called black community, even though they don't know what the hell they talking about. Look at this weak fat jaw, no chin having asshole right here, Van Lathan. Man, I know he got a big dome because he have that baseball cap on top of his head. This dude right here is being very disingenuous right about now. Like he understands the struggle. I guarantee you, this dude don't understand not one. He don't understand not one struggle in his entire life. He's over here trying to defend criminals. He's trying to defend illegals. He's trying to defend so-called bad policies that set up this type of situation that we are dealing with right now. And this other chick, I can never remember her name, the one that running the shows, the scenes that always interrupting people.
Abby Phillips.
Now, Abby, if you could just keep your mouth closed and sit there halfway pretty. I mean, you ain't really, you ain't no Paramount picture, but damn, you ain't really got to say nothing every 5 minutes. Just sit there and keep your mouth shut and just let other people talk, because you just be saying anything out your mouth. Then they have the so-called Keisha sitting right next to the so-called this Goober dude right here, just make it seem like she's running things by allowing him to speak for her. See, I know what they was trying to do with the split screen thing. She ain't gotta say too much.
You peeped that too, right? With the split screen, you peeped that, right?
Yes. I know all the tricks of the trade when it comes down to the media, bro. They know what she's gonna say is gonna be it's gonna trump what he's. Passy upon.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I blacked out. I said that this woman basically that was sitting right next to Van Lathan.
Damn, you damn, you dropped again. Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. Now I had something else running in the background, but yeah. So This particular woman was standing there like she's the big mammy and make sure that he said the right things and he didn't mess up not one time. And now she could come and finish it off by saying something that's very poignant. And that after every kid on that panel and watching this after, like, yeah, we listen to him, we listen to her, but she was right. And I passed the mic.
Fact, I think that Abby Phillips and like the other Keishas, or like when they bring Van Jones on or Baraki, they all have a powwow. Like, look, we're gonna gang up on Scott when we get on here. This is the story. We're gonna stick to it. We gonna triple team them. I think that's what they be doing. Yo, Tito, what's all yours?
Yeah. Notice how they are talking about, children and zip ties, all of this imagery with no video. Ain't that odd? You get video of everything else, but it's no video of this because they're lying. Because all they did is went in there and locked up adults. Any children that might have been with them, they went and called Child Protective Services for them. They don't get out on people like that. Like even if they did a full-on drug raid at somebody's house and there was 4 kids and they're sleeping or whatever, they are go call Child Protective Services there and like pull them off to the side while they rifle through all of them people's shit. I've seen them do it before. They are flat out lying. They flat out lying. But he talking about, they not going to this neighborhood. They not going to those neighborhoods because those people wouldn't allow them to put them there. It's always whenever they take these illegal aliens to a rich white neighborhood, the rich white neighborhood will always say, we don't have the resource to properly serve them. But then you would stick them in a neighborhood where like every fourth business is abandoned. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? But like I said, those buildings used to be empty because a lot of people don't left Chicago, especially over east. That's where I grew up at. People are terrified of living there, or people that's not from there are terrified of visiting there. So they opened up them buildings, and like I said, them people that's in there, the Venezuelans that's in there, have been basically in hiding for almost a year now, right? And they caught them up with like the same way they catch anybody else up with them damn cell phones, and they knew where they was, and they went and got them. It's as simple as that. It's not no dramatic shit where they rounded people up and put them on railroad cars like this Germany in the 1930s. It's nothing like that. They just went down there with their usual Tahoes or the party bus. Do y'all know what the party bus is, right?
No.
Y'all know what the party bus is?
Like a paddy wagon?
When they do real big ass raids, they have like an actual FBI school bus for niggas. Where they had, because they can't put if they do a raid so big they can't put people in a police car, they'll bring like a whole like a Greyhound bus or something, or like a old school bus, but it's an FBI bus. Yeah, they be bringing the party buses when they be doing them immigration raids at them warehouses. They be bringing like 2 or 3 party buses there.
Okay. All right. So, what say you of this media debacle here on CNN?
We already know that they were going to spend it, and they've been obviously neglecting to explicitly mention the mayors who were responsible, and obviously the NIMBY people who put them on black communities, and obviously omitting the clear and present danger that they may have as a result of gang violence and whatnot. Even if those people were just there without any sort of intervention, there's going to be some sort of rivalry about that market where people may feel encroached upon. But I like to go on ahead and rewind you all back 11 years ago in upstate New York, particularly in a town called Rochester, New York. It's a black area. The west side of Rochester, New York, if I can remember right, there was this pizza place I used to love. You sell pizza and wings. They got special sauce up there in upstate New York. Shout out to the 585 people up there. Something called boss sauce. Now, you had this illegal immigrant made his way up there, got a cultivated cow, and was even, making some fire ass wings. I give it to him. Now, one day,
You cut off. I think he in a dead spot. He driving.
hello?
There you go.
Yeah, I'll go and look a little later. Y'all follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go and look a little later. The headline as to why they raided that place in particular. Wouldn't you know that owner was a Taliban? A whole Taliban?
Really?
I kid you not. Look up Taliban Rochester, New York. You should find it. Stuff should still be up. This is Obama era. You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make is it doesn't seem like, they're doing any proper vetting. They open these borders up like a forest hole. And they allow any sort of cancer and sort of bacteria and all that to come through here, reckless abandon. You know what I mean? A whole Taliban of black neighborhood. No bullshit. I'll let my plane there.
All right, bet. And the I just looked at the banner they got on this. ISIS Chicago raid, Black Hawks, flashbangs, and kids in zip ties. It's a clown show over there at the Communist News Network. And what did somebody call it? I think it was Kwame. Crying Negro Network. They ain't got Van Jones on for this one. But they got one Van, a Van Latham. So I'm going to play the rest of this. And I want you to see how ineffectual Van Latham is at making his argument. He makes these emotional arguments outside of like the facts of the matter, and that proves to you that they don't have any leg to stand on.
Where you want to go in there and shred the Constitution or whatever else it is that you want to do. What I'm asking you is this: do you think that children should have been zip tied and pulled out of an apartment complex and traumatized like that? Yes or no?
I don't think children should be put in harm's way by transnational gangs.
Just answer the question. Yes or no? Do you think that children?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
I'm asking
the
you
government's not putting children in harm's way. Tren de Aragua.
Real calm now. Real calm. Like
they're the ones putting children in harm's way.
Gentlemen and gentlemen, we have a responsibility for the way we treat people with the power that we have here in America, and we have a standard that we should treat human life with. And I'm asking you, very clearly, concisely, should children be treated that way? Does Scott Jennings like that?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
All right, cool.
I don't believe that the premise of your question is accurate. I would ask you back: should children be allowed to live in an apartment building with Tren de Aragua? Should the entire community of Chicago have to live with Tren de Aragua because they hide behind these children?
But here's the thing.
That's my question.
I think the answer to that is clear. No, they should not be put in harm's way. But the difference is in this situation is I don't want to be Tren de Aragua. I don't want my law enforcement.
That's not an argument.
To act like Tren de Aragua. That is the distinction.
Do you don't want to leave it? Do you just want to leave it and say, well, they have kids in there, let's just move on?
No, but can't law enforcement figure out a way? I don't think this is the first time children have been in an environment where dangerous people have been around them. And I'm most certain that in most of those circumstances, those children aren't zip tied and carried out like animals. What I am wondering is, okay.
And this is why Keisha's voted for Kamala at like 90%.
Let's put this fact pattern on any other placement. Let's put it on a school, right? What if there was a gang member in a school? And by this calculation, it would seem like the children in the school, in order to get that one gang member or two gang members, would get.
It's not one gang member. It's 37 people.
Let's say there's five. It's a large apartment building. That's part of the fact pattern here. I mean, here's another one from our reporting. Tenants said it appears everyone in the building was detained by federal officers, including U.S. citizens. It was scary, said one, because I had never had a gun in my face. That person lives in the building. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me, did I have any warrants? I told them, no, I didn't. Fisher, this person says she was handcuffed anyway before being released around 3 a.m. and was told anyone with outstanding warrants, even if it was unrelated to immigration, would not be released. So
yeah, you were detained and then released. Standard operating procedure.
Again,
Please,
like
like,
people
seriously.
live in apartment buildings all over this country.
I promise that.
Is that where we're? Is that where you
Hold on, wait a second.
Should I just go to an apartment building and hide?
Wait. I'm talking about the way that citizen of this country was treated. By the way, I just want to be clear. I think that everybody that's created in the image of God should be treated with respect. And I thought that part of the American ideal was that, but that's gone.
These black men be making us look terrible on
This
television,
dude is
bro.
too sassy for me, bro. Yo, he
promise
sound
y'all
like a
still
black
married
woman
to
right now.
Mar-a-Lago. If you say that it is wrong that children were zip tied and that American people, American citizens were detained without any warrant or suspicion.
Briefly detained? In
How long is
an effort to get 37
Give me that.
Trinidad
Okay,
Aragua members?
So tell me. So
You-
real
what
quick,
you're
tell me
suggesting
how
is
long
that
is
no
okay?
enforcement
How
can
long is
take
okay?
So can I,
You're
are you?
suggesting no
Would you be
enforcement can
okay
take
being
place.
detained so that the gang members? Would you be okay with your rights being violated and you be held until 3 a.m. with your family
Tell me how
member
long is
not
okay.
knowing why? Is that okay? Because that's not okay with me.
Everybody here seems to believe that if you're Trinidad Aragua, you can go hide in an apartment building, and because there are other people there, you just get to be left alone. That is not a reasonable enforcement position.
There's another option here, and it's actually an option that's utilized by law enforcement every single day in this country. When they are looking for violent people, they go look for those violent people. They do not subject the people around those violent people who have nothing to do with
This woman is an idiot.
them, with arrest, with guns in their faces, with being searched, with being zip tied and handcuffed and detained. Every day in America, law enforcement does their jobs and they don't do it like this. So why is suddenly this okay?
every day in America, you're not necessarily dealing with the most violent people in the hemisphere.
Yes,
we're not.
That's who is living in this world.
Scott, there are violent people who are right here in this country, American citizens.
Piss me
They
off
are
with
in
that
gangs.
line.
You were born here. Their parents were born here. Their
Oh, we
grandparents were
know.
born
Don't
here.
believe me. We know.
Those people are dealt with by law enforcement every day. Again, it's a real basic question. If you lived in an apartment building and there happened to be somebody who was guilty of a terrible crime in that building, and law enforcement barged in, guns blazing, and put every single person in that apartment building under arrest, you would be fine with that,
but
including you and your
not
family.
everybody is under
You would be-
arrest.
you
They
would be
arrested
fine with that.
37
Scott,
people. They arrested
Scott,
37. You said everybody. It's not. It's 37
this
people.
person was sleeping in their bed and they were detained. They were put in handcuffs and detained. until
Neither
3
you
in the
nor
morning.
I was there.
Would you be
Neither
fine
you
with
nor
that?
I were there.
I'm
But
just
I know
asking.
this. Now 37
You and your family,
violent
Scott,
people are now off the
Scott,
street.
Scott, you and your family, you are in an apartment building. You and your family, you would be fine with your liberty being held up. Your kids, your wife, your
She doesn't even have the intelligence to make this argument.
children being detained for any amount of time because somebody in that building was a criminal. You'd be fine with that?
You are vastly oversimplifying what's
Thank you. Yes.
happening here. There are
I think
scores
sometimes
of
we have
illegal
to-
immigrants
I
in
think
the building.
sometimes we have to simplify things so that we actually
many of them are
understand
violent.
what we're talking about. Because I do think that this is a problem now for the rest of the country. People are going about their lives and they are not responsible for the crimes of other people. And yet in this world in which
And they're
ICE
still
is
not.
operating like this, they are being detained for other people's crimes. Willingness to accept a whole lot of collateral violation of rights of anybody, whether you're American citizens or not, because there are many rights in this country that are in the Constitution that it doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not, you're still entitled to them. Donald Trump wanted to.
That is the most nonsensical argument that she. It's like arguing with a 5-year-old. Tito, you want this?
Yeah, man. You know what? It's a few people I know in New York, and you know what they nicknamed this show? They nicknamed this show the Waffle House, right? And for good reason. They nicknamed this show the Waffle House because this is the absolute dregs of journalism right here.
You know Abby Phillips is a graduate of Harvard?
Yeah, I know. She's trying to evoke all of this emotional ass imagery and all of this shit, and she's kind of forgetting something. When they run out of handcuffs, they zip tie U.S. citizens too. I've seen it. Right?
Oh yeah, facts.
And yes, law enforcement does operate like this. Matter of fact, I seen some video where law enforcement had the wrong house, and it was some white people, and they ended up shooting the man's damn dog. So Like, has she never heard of SWAT teams? Has she never heard of no-knock raids? Yes, law enforcement does get down like this. What delusional world is this bitch living in? Right? They come through people windows, all type of shit. I remember back in the late 80s when they had the tank with the big metal pole on it, ramming people doors out and shit.
Ooh,
and they
the
stopped
knock
doing
knock.
that after the ACLU played. Yeah. So get the fuck out
you
of
talking
here.
about the
Where the hell she
Batarang.
been living at? Yeah.
Yeah,
Where the fuck
Batarang,
she been living at?
APCs.
Yeah.
We just call it knock knock.
Yeah, they stopped doing that shit because the ACLU stepped in because they was damn near knocking buildings down with that shit. They are rammed it like the brick buildings that had the steel frame and the steel door. A lot of that energy would get transferred into the building, and the whole fucking bricks, all of that shit, a crack. So they stopped doing the shit, man. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. Like what? I wonder what the hell zip code she been living in when she ain't never seen none of this shit. Where she think that's just so crazy how they raided that building, like it's so militaristic. It's really not.
Oh, come on, Tito. You know she grew up privileged. You know she grew up on some type of privileged lifestyle. Look how
Where
she
though is she from? Like Greenwich, Connecticut? Where the fuck is she really from?
Nah, this bitch is lying. Right after the show, she gonna take her ass over to JJ's and suck somebody's dick.
I ain't gonna lie, Saul. I ain't gonna lie, Saul. Seeing her in that chair, she is kind of slugging in that dress. Go ahead, play it, Tito. Go ahead, play it. Go ahead. I know you're gonna play it.
I didn't even see her, but yeah, she ain't gonna do nothing but go to Cooper's Hawk and suck a white boy dick after the show. That's all.
Yeah, well, she's from Trinidad.
Oh, she a
I already know then.
Yo, shout out to Rex Sigma. He's hit it right on the nose. $2 super chat. He said she is the issue of non-FBA USA. Exactly.
Mr. President, why are you placing these new tariffs on Canada? What are you, some kind of dictator from the Middle East?
A dictator from the Middle East? Hey, relax, Dad. I'm just your average Joe. Take a rest.
The people of Canada will not be devalued like this.
Hey, come on. You don't want me to bomb you like I did Iraq.
I thought you just bombed Iran.
She DC elite. She's from Bowie. Went to Bowie High.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Man, fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Man, fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Man, fuck all you hoes.
Oh, there it is. Red Sigma. It was supposed to say she is the problem of non-FBA representing us, and that makes the point why she's so invested in defending these illegal immigrants. But they got her up there looking like a FBA Keisha, but she's defending illegal immigrants because she's from fucking Trinidad. Yo, what up? Quiet Storm in the building. Saul, what say you to this tail end of this CNN debacle? Van Lathan's ridiculous arguments and making black men look terrible, and Abby Phillips' fifth grade argument and attempt at intellectualism.
I think that mic check.
There you go. You good?
Mic check. Yeah. So it's disingenuous at best, and of course, like we said before, we need to start like writing down the names of people, writing down the names of where they hail from, writing down where they grew up or whatnot, just so that we can kind of document and actually literally point out, you know what I mean, from Joy Reid to this chick on to others who's, playing these games or whatnot, you know what I mean? And any of these ninjas that pop up, we need to go ahead and start calculating some of their off-hour Jussie Smollett ass activities and stuff like that. You know, it's a pattern. But as far as she goes, she's part of that DC elite. She's from Bowie. You know what I mean? So, like, this stuff is probably ridiculous to her. But much to Tito's point, she going ahead and she's a pink flute blower, and she's probably gonna find herself at Cooper's Hall, you know, lining up the train.
All right, Mr. O, that's all you. What you got for me?
Yeah, like I said before, even though she a dumb toddler, Abby Phillips is kind of thick in that damn chair right there. This dude right here, this skull right here is making black men, like you said, machismo. This dude is making black men look bad with this so weak posturing, this weak mannerisms. The tone, the vernacular that he's using is that of a so-called bitch. And I'm sorry, but if I gotta say it like this, men, you can only rock a beard if you a certain type of masculinity. I'm sorry. If you ain't got no inch of testicular fortitude, you feel like you need a TRT patch to get on some of these shows, the beard is not for you. I'm just gonna tell you that, Van Lathan. This particular creature in this green, what is this? What is this? One of them aliens from Star Trek or something? This beat up. I mean, I was sitting here like, man, what the hell she got on? What was that on her head? It is so much shit going on. But back to the talks right here, what they was talking about. They is being very disingenuous. They are representing the so-called left, and they trying to fulfill the left agenda policies. They trying to make Trump look bad. They thinking these so-called gang members, these criminals, are just some innocent immigrants that's trying to make a beautiful American life over here, which is wrong. And last but not least, like Tito said, this is the Waffle House segment of journalism. And you know, when you go into the Waffle House, you don't want to stay in there too long. You don't want to drink none of the you need a straw to drink out the cups. You don't want to put your lips on that cups and anything. You probably gonna end up stepping on a couple of cockroaches, but you know that sometime the food gonna be good. But not tonight. This right here is bad slop. The cook fell asleep, the eggs is running, and everything in between. I pass the mic. I'm done.
All right, perfect. Y'all said, well, who said it? Look at that. D said she would definitely give it to Scott. And I will say this too. You notice it too. The way she nonverbal signals, the way she be looking at Scott, where he be destroying her arguments and stuff like that. She be having that, she got a crush on him look. But she is married to a black man. I don't know if he's FBA, but she is, and she's got a daughter. All right, guys.
Non-FBA.
He's non-FBA too. Well, there you go.
Yep.
Question says they were cheering when the FBI stormed. Fact. They were cheering when the FBI stormed Mar-a-Lago, but mad because ICE has arrested illegals, and not just illegals, Tren de Aragua gang members. I was in Colombia. There's a lot of Venezuelans down there. Yeah, and the Tren de Aragua's in Colombia too. And the Venezuelans, they be running them Venezuelan chicks down there. They vicious, bro. Gentlemen, let's get we at the 1 hour 48 minute mark, man. Let's get closing statements. Get the hell up out of here. Saul, what you got for me? Closing statement for the chat and the replay gang.
Hey, more to come. As far as the foolishness, prepare yourself to laugh. But Tito's right from the opening salvo in the sense that this is all good and everything, but people are going to start looking for results and outcomes when it comes. Your outcomes have to match the rhetoric. Now, as far as the immigrant thing, okay, as far as the economy stuff, okay. When it comes to these folks and handing out indictments and stuff like that, crush him, because it's almost like he's being more of a political annoyance rather than a political villain. At this point, okay, yeah, so what? Oregon, you don't get to use Oregon National Guard, use California instead. Okay, cool. But none of that means anything. It's going to end up being last week's news, last month's news, if you don't put these people in jail. Put them in jail. Last thing is they need to have some right next to Puppy too for the next 2-3 years. I land my plane.
Well played. Mr. O, what you got for me for the chat and the replay gang?
Well, it's been a night. We've been talking about my beautiful city and all the chicanery in between, with ICE rounding up these criminals and sending them back to where they came from, to these news outlets, news pundits that's trying to go ahead and say that we are doing some type of fascist type of action to these new, welcomely illegal people that's still. But we got to hunt down even more. We got to go to every city, every town, every burg, every apartment complex, and get these people up out of here. And I'm just getting tired of these bad actors, bad faith actors like Abion Phillips, Van Lathan, King
Van Jones, Bakari Sellers,
Don Lemon,
Don Lemon.
All of them. Look,
Jonathan Capehart.
Y'all days is over. We don't listen to y'all. Y'all need more people. And also Priska and Brandon Johnson. Y'all really making a case for y'all not to get reelected, especially you, Johnson. You're gonna be a one and done. But Priska, you're gonna go down in history as one of the worst governors in United States history. And I will be right there to go and say, yup, and I told you so. And I passed the mic.
Facts. Tito, that's all you, man. Take us home, man.
Let's just be real here. This whole bullshit ass media exercise was about one thing, and that is to prevent the fucking demographic hemorrhage that's coming with the 2030 census and the 2032 congressional reapportionment. They are trying to do everything, all hands on deck with the media to try to hope that the administration will back off, or that maybe local people in the communities will try to pressure the Department of Homeland Security for backing off of these immigration raids and this immigration enforcement, so they can try to stave off the population loss that's going to come to a lot of these blue areas. It's going to be a lot of fucking congressional seats lost. A lot. And the bleeding had already started in 2020 with the COVID shit. This is just like your mother told you. If you tell one lie, then you have to tell another lie to cover it up. But with the left, with the political left, is that if you do one bullshit ass conspiracy, well, now you got to do another bullshit ass conspiracy to cover it up, right? And so this is just a whole bunch of interlocking conspiracies, just like the Russian dial sets. That's just what this is. But that's all it is that they doing on with these immigration protests. The idiots on the ground that's doing it, they might fall for the emotional shit, but the people that's pulling the puppet strings, they know what the calculus of it is, and that's what it is. It's about the 2030 census and the 2032 congressional reapportionment, and that's all it's about. And I'll let my play now.
Well played, sir. What do you got? Clive Swim says, I think Trump is going to go full scale. Yeah, that's my argument too. After the midterms, he won't have anything to lose, right? He don't want to lose all his political capital before the midterms. We still need seven Senate seats, and we got to maintain a majority in the House. We're actually trying to pick up some seats, but we need 7 senators. So we have a full voting majority. We have 53. That means for the legislation to pass the Senate, we need 7 Democratic votes, and the most we've been able to muster thus far are 3 Democratic votes. So we need 7 senators for the midterms. All right, man, I want to thank everyone for coming out, supporting the stream, hanging out with us every Sunday like you do, man. We can't do this show without you. This is season 8, going strong. House cleaning. Remember, Tito's books pinned to the top of the chat. I've been having Mr. O's channel on the banner on the screen. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. You guys should already be subscribed to Sauce. Congratulations to Tito, past the 1,000 subscriber mark. We at it again, man. News desk tomorrow. Tito, you got an announcement for your channel for tomorrow, or Mr. O, before we get out of here?
Tomorrow, I will be conducting a stunning expose of African house nigga divestors. It's going, y'all not gonna believe what I got hold of. Y'all not. To anybody who thought the African woman was better, I hate to disappoint you.
All right, bet, Mr. O, you got something? You gotta mute yourself.
No, I ain't got none.
All right, bet. All right, man. Thanks, everybody. For salute to the chat, man. Salute to the chat, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. That's a wrap. We're going to get up out of here, man. We will see you guys next Sunday. Like I always say right about now, I'm going to say good night and good luck.
Here's another classic. The definition of hip hop. Here's another classic. The definition.
Party ticket as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
Give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition.
Sir,
of
I'm
that.
asking you a question,
No,
a
you
very
have to
direct
define
question.
it. Define it for me, if you
I
would.
just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So, I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly, very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect either
historically black
one.
college.
I respect either one.
Mr. President, why are you placing these new tariffs on Canada? What are you, some kind of dictator from the Middle East?
A dictator from the Middle East? Hey, relax, guy. I'm just your average Joe. Take a rest.
The people of Canada will not be devalued like this.
Hey, come on. You don't want me to bomb you like I did Iraq.
I thought you just bombed Iran. Mr. President, why are you placing these new tariffs on Canada? What are you?
Sorry.
Hey, where's Stewie? That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.